being on this episode of Latin Affiliated TV.
I'm happy to be here, Angie. This is going to be interesting.
It is, yeah. So I think everyone is pretty familiar with you. I see you on the scene everywhere. Do you go by Juan?
Yeah. Usually I do. A lot of people know me by Juan, but believe it or not, like 90% of the people always call me RTM. Everyone says RTM. You know, like, hey, RTM. So they all call me by the company name. They don't even call me by my first name.
I know, and that's how I was as well. Like, you know, and maybe that speaks well to branding. You're doing a pretty good job with branding.
Well, I mean, I've been on it for a solid year now.
That's it?
Pushing it. Yeah, that's it. We've been on it for a year. This is March, right? We're in March right now. So it's been like a year. April. So it's been like a year and a half almost. Going on a year and a half.
Okay, well, that's good. Seems like you're making a lot of waves.
I feel that we're making progress for sure. I'm very happy with the accomplishments of the branding and the marketing and everything that we've been doing with the company. I'm excited about it, and I just can't wait to see where it's going to go.
That's awesome. We're here, just kind of wanted to do this video with you and get to know you better so our audiences can start following you. But basically, we just want to talk about your career in the industry. You know, I know you said you've been doing this for a year. To me, I think I see you so many places with so many people. So that is crazy that you've only been doing this a year.
Well, yeah, it's been about almost a year and a half now. But yeah, we've been pushing on it hard. And, you know, I've been focused a little bit on it. And I've just been, you know, doing a lot of marketing, working with the right people, working with the right influencers, you know. A lot of the influencers and the artists that we do know, they've become friends. And, you know, everyone just helps everyone.
That's really good. Is there a particular community when you say that? Because, you know, what circles would you say you're in primarily as far as industry-wise?
I would say I'm absolutely out of every circle, and I don't care to be in one. I don't like circles. I feel that if you got a circle and you got a certain thing going and you don't want people to get involved with your circle, that's fine, no problem. But I do feel that you'll get much more progress in everything when you're not, you know, putting borders and saying, I don't want to work with that guy, but I'll work with this guy, you know. I work with everybody. You know, I work with models. I worked with, you know, promoters. I worked with influencers. I mean, I work with everyone. I work with belly dancers. I work with Miss Americas, Miss Internationals. I mean, you name it. I work with everybody. So there's no particular thing that I don't really say I'm not interested in it. You know, I'll sit down, I'll talk to them, I'll see what they want to do. And if it sounds like it's doable, I'm going to try it.
That's amazing. Yeah, you're definitely like an entrepreneurial, you know, minded individual.
Absolutely. I live by that.
You know, I know you've already built a successful business outside of the entertainment industry.
I have.
And now you're kind of using that strategy, I would say probably your work ethic and everything to build this new venture.
That's exactly what we're trying to do. You know, the businesses that I do own right now, they do well for me. And I'm getting old.
No, I don't think so.
No, I'm getting old. So I'm like, you know, how am I going to continue to work this hard in my older age? So what I started to do is just try to come up with a new company, a new income, a new stream of income, and just trying to see what we could do with the RTM Productions brand. So, like, I'm literally open to anything because what I want to do is I just want to start making money under RTM where I ain't got to break my back to earn my money, so that when I'm older, I'll still have a source of income. And I'll be able to do it when I'm old because, you know, my other ventures and my other businesses, You know, if you're old and you can't hack it, you ain't going to be able to do the work because it's just hard work. So that's why I did RTM, because I wanted an easier way of life that will still bring me a little bit of income. Because now that I'm older, I'm not going to need too much. But I definitely want something to get me by.
Yeah, to keep your lifestyle going.
Exactly.
And to start creating more time for yourself.
Absolutely. A time for myself, you know, my kids, you know, wherever I'm needed.
Yeah, I love that. And people that watch our channel, I do always try and provide value when we do interviews and things like that. So, because in the entertainment industry, you know, there's still strategy involved. There's still different people you should align yourself with, and just like basic fundamentals of any business, you know, you do have to look at the entertainment industry as a business.
Absolutely. It's not only a business, but some of the best hustlers in the world are in this business. And it's so good to see, you know, some of my friends doing so well, some of the people that we worked with before doing so well. And, you know, hey, my hat's off to you, brother, because if you're getting by and you're doing good in this business, you're doing everything right.
Yeah.
Because this is not an easy business.
It's really not.
This is a lot harder than all my businesses are not as hard as the entertainment industry. The entertainment industry has invisible lines that you're not supposed to cross. You know what I mean? And me being new to the entertainment business, I cross all the lines.
I love that.
I don't give a shit. I cross them all. What are they gonna fucking tell me? They're gonna say, "What the fuck made you do that?" I'll give it a try. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I don't care. I'm willing to give it a shot. So, you know, because I think out of the box. I don't want to be, you know, like, oh, you shouldn't do that. Nah, man, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, and you never know what's gonna hit. You just don't know what's gonna hit, Ange.
Man, that's awesome. I love that. And like I said, you know, you're making the, you know, moves right now, and I could see you, you know, him and I just recently connected, but I have seen him so many places. And so we did just recently get a formal introduction. But we're here, we're going to be working together. I'm so happy to have this conversation with you. And, you know, like I just said, that you are successful in the other avenues that you've decided to do within your life. And now those fundamentals are going to be used here.
Highly used. I'm so happy I've been dedicated to business matters, because this industry really needs you focused when it comes to business matters.
Yeah.
It's very, very important. One small detail could lose you a ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
In this business.
Yeah.
Just 2 or 3 words out of a contract, and you could lose a ton of money.
Yeah.
So you got to really be careful how you write contracts, how detailed they are. The more detailed, the better, because one little thing can become a stream of income. And guess what? You didn't have it on your contract.
Yeah, and that reminds me of how these artists are doing the 360 deals. Not really reading what they're getting themselves into.
You know, I don't even like talking about 360 deals, because a lot of record labels and stuff are doing them. And it's kind of like a lot of people don't like to even hear that word, right? Mm-hmm. So I ain't talking about it. I don't, you know, just if you're going to sign something, you better know what the hell you're signing.
Yeah.
That's all I can tell you, man.
That's what it comes down to.
That's what it comes down to. You better read that right. You don't know how to read, you better go to someone that does know how to read. You better pay them. And you better understand that contract perfectly.
Yep.
Because you signed that piece of paper, man, and you don't like it later on, you're going to realize, oh my God, what did I get myself into?
Yeah.
Yeah, but all record labels are on those deals now, you know, very typical now. And that's how they do business now. And you know, I'm not in the music business, like, only. So the 360 contracts and stuff like that, really, they don't bother me. I don't really care about them. You know, I'm into just like hustling and trying to make moves.
Yeah, no, I love.
And that does include music.
Okay.
Yeah, it includes music. I got artists that are signed to me, and yeah, but I don't do a 360 deal. You know, I do a very I do my contracts the way I wrote them up, the way I know how to do business, and that's what I did. If I knew what a 360 contract was, I would have printed it out and I would have said, sign this, right? But I don't know what a 360 contract actually really looks like, from other record label companies, right? So I just wrote my own up, basically, is what I did.
Yeah.
Whatever I'm comfortable with, that's what we did.
Yeah, I guess that's true. You're right. I've never actually read a 360 deal, but what you said earlier too is how they have such a bad connotation to them. Is when you hear 360, it automatically to me sounds like a bad deal. To usually, generally, don't sign a 360 deal.
I don't know. I'm sure there's 360 deals out there that are fantastic. But everything that I've heard about a 360 deal has not been good.
Yeah. If you're an artist and you've signed a deal recently, let us know in the comments, please. Let us know if you're on a 360 deal and how it's working out for you. We hope it's working out amazing for you.
We definitely do. But everyone has a different 360 contract. Your percentages are different. Your streams are different. How much they're going to give you for videos. Everything's different for each artist. So everyone's going to have a little bit of different contract, even though they might have 360 deals. There's going to be some details that are going to be different in each one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some good advice. So, we're out here talking to entrepreneurs within the entertainment industry, and we hope that you can pick something and use it to help your own career. So speaking of this, what are some key experiences that you've had that, have really kind of shaped what you think about the entertainment industry?
What I really like about the entertainment industry is that it takes one person that you meet or that you network with that can make you a lot of money. One. It just takes one. And, sometimes you run into them and sometimes you don't. But when you do, you better, it'd be great if you guys get that network going and you guys start working together. And then next thing you know, man, there's money being made and everyone's happy. But like what I mean by that, it's like, God, you never know who you meet at these entertainment parties or the red carpet events or album, just all of these things that we have going on in the entertainment industry. But man, sometimes you just meet one person and it just goes from one thing to another, to another, to another, to another. Next thing you know, you're talking about a $1.4 million contract, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, what the hell? How did that happen? Just that one person.
Yeah.
So it only takes one. So you can be out there at a party or an event and you literally hit the lotto.
Yeah.
And everyone's happy because everyone's making money. So it's such a trip, because that's what I've seen about the entertainment industry. It's so weird because you go to all these events, you meet a lot of people, but sometimes you meet that one person. And there's so many opportunities for that one person because people want to work with them. Brands want to brand them. Brands want to give them deals. It's just money. And then next thing you know, you're discussing contracts with bigger brands that want to give you bigger money. And it all came from one little conversation at a party, Yeah. So if you're in an entertainment business and you go to events or you don't go to events, I recommend that you start going because sometimes it only takes that one person that you meet to start like developing, a company, a relationship with someone. And man, some people just got a lot going for them.
Yeah, very true. And I think that right now we're seeing a lot of friends of ours, people we know. It feels like it's a really good time in the industry. I don't know if it's just me because I'm doing things and getting out there more, but it seems like a lot of people are working together right now.
I agree with you. I have felt like a lot of people are working together right now. And I really like that. I think that that's a really good thing because a year and a half ago when I came into the business, they didn't like that. They really didn't. They're like, oh, you working with him? Oh, okay. And then next thing you know, they ain't like talking to you no more. You know what I mean? And they just politely pull away
Yeah.
because you're working with certain people. But I mean, who am I to tell someone not to work with somebody if they're going to help them pay their bills? You're nobody. You
Yeah.
got nothing to say about it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If that person's making money working with somebody, who are you to tell them otherwise, or to try to misguide them and tell them not to work with a particular person just because you got a vendetta or an
Yeah,
agenda
and
with them?
shit happens in this industry. So you really, it's in your best interest to not get involved. And if you see something and you don't like that person, it's really just in your best interest to just keep it moving.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, because I can tell you, and I've seen it firsthand. When I got into the business, there is people that said that they didn't like certain people in the industry, right? Now, guess what? Guess what? A year and a half later, now they're posting everything. They're working together now. Like, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things change.
Yeah.
Things change, and people change. And people that said that they didn't like certain people or they wouldn't work with certain people, guess what? A year and a half later, they're working together. Guess what? They're making money together. Guess what? When you heard them tell you not to be working with them and you decided not to, guess what? You could have been working with that person. You could have been making money with that person. But what did you do? You listened to drama
Yeah.
and to shit that you shouldn't have listened to, because a year and a half later, here they are, all buddies now.
Yeah.
So what did you do? You missed out on an opportunity for what reason? For no reason at all. Because a year and a half later, they would have been buddies again.
Yeah.
And that's why you don't pick and choose any sides. Stay in your own lane. And if you see an opportunity, take it. Take it. Ain't no one here to tell you who you can work with and who you can make money with and who you can't. Hell
Yeah.
no. Hell no.
Yeah, I think that is
Ain't
definitely
no one gonna tell me how I feed my kids.
Exactly.
Never.
Yeah, especially in the entertainment industry. I think in other industries, this is probably less true. But in the entertainment industry, chances are you're going to run into that person again. And that's okay, man. Everybody's got to eat, and there's enough room at the table for everybody to eat, even if you don't sit right next to that person.
Hey, man, just do it right. Don't be disrespectful. Don't burn no bridges. Don't do nobody wrong. But if you want to work with somebody and certain people don't like them, who cares? Mm-hmm. Who cares? What did they do to you? Yeah. Nothing. They didn't do shit to you. Why you even care what they did to the other person? If they never done nothing to you, why would you even, try to pick a side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, I think that's some great advice. Stay out of situations that don't involve you. Just keep it pushing.
Yeah. Stay in your own lane, man. Make your money.
Yeah, and don't let other people's opinions influence your own.
Absolutely, man. Don't ever.
Yeah. So when you're building and maintaining your personal brand, what are you finding most effective to growing your influence in your audience?
I'm finding that I got the RTM brand.
Yes.
And I got my other company.
Yes. I love hanging around people that are business savvy, because you can always learn from people that you are connecting with and talking to. So happy I got to sit down and do this interview with you, Mr. Rave.
I'm happy you came.
Can I call you
Absolutely.
Mr. Rave?
Absolutely. No worries. But yeah, no, thank you so much for even coming over here and doing this. I really appreciate it. People. I don't find myself much of an importance.
You know what? People, I love,
cool.
doing content with other entrepreneurs in the entertainment industry. And you've been on my radar for a few months, and, we just keep seeing each other. So we finally got that formal introduction. We're going to be seeing a lot more of Juan out and about. I'm sure you already have seen him if you live in the LA area. If you're in the entertainment industry, if you want to get involved in the entertainment industry, don't know where to start, please reach out, DM us. Hopefully we could, point you guys in the right direction. But if you're in LA, I'm sure you guys are going to see us out and about more and more. So stay tuned. There's so much coming. Being an entrepreneur, what are the challenges that, you've had in this new entertainment side of things that you're doing?
I would say the biggest challenges that I've had in this particular side of the entertainment have been the contracts.
That's a big one, yeah.
It's huge. Your contract is everything. So that is the biggest problem that I've been having in the entertainment business, is the contracts. Because you need a contract for everything. For everything.
You should.
And I'm not used to that. I'm used to handshakes and deals.
That's what I was going to say. And some people don't want to do contracts. They want to just do the handshake deals. And
Yes, they wanted. Well, I don't mind the handshake deals. I don't. But people just ain't like they used to be no more. A lot of integrity and stuff has gone out the window. A handshake, to some people, all it is an opportunity for them to take advantage of you. So yeah, contracts are very important for yourself, and the people that are doing things for you too, because that contract's going to hold you liable for you to fulfill your contract and say that you said you were going to do something. You got to do it.
yeah.
So for them, it's great too, because they know that they got you on contract. They know that you're going to do exactly what you said that you were going to do. And for you, it's great because you got them on contract and they're telling you they're going to pay you this much for doing whatever it is that you were going to do. And when you do it, you expect to get paid.
Yeah.
So it's good for both parties.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a scary thing. But I have also heard the best contract is when both parties feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Well, I could imagine that that's absolutely correct. Because if I'm not happy on that contract and he's not happy, I think we came to a good medium.
Yeah. Yeah. But they should be just put in writing. But that's just a piece of advice. And, they don't always have to be either. It's totally up to you, especially if you've done business with the same person over and over and over, then maybe just do a joint venture at that part.
Yeah, and you know what? The contracts are the hardest, man. You got to write up these contracts, or you got to get someone to write up your contracts for you. When I first started this business, I had to get people to write up contracts for me. So every time I wrote a contract up, I would have to pay just for the contract.
Right.
But people are very, very savvy, especially the ones that need contracts all the time. And they find ways to get them, and they're okay, doing what they've done. But I had a very difficult time finding a way to get good contracts to my clients in a professional manner and on a professional timeline.
Yeah.
Because when we make a deal over the phone, the first thing I want to do is hit send on an email and know that they're going to get that contract in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's important to me. Not 2 or 3 days later, I can finally send them the contract that I hired the attorneys to write up for me.
Yeah, so it's like if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Yeah,
Stay ready.
Yeah, and if you got a person that knows how to write up contracts well, keep them very close, because they're important, man. They're important. Contracts for me, I'll write up 5 to 7 contracts in a week.
Wow.
In a week.
So you're getting good at writing contracts then?
No, I'm not good at it, and that's why it's so hard. That's why it's the most challenging thing for me.
Well,
each contract is different. One is for a model, one is for an influencer, one is for an artist, one is for an agreement that we have that they'll collab with us and we'll collab with them. Every contract is different. So you really got to know, you got to write these things up, man. They take time, and you got to make sure that it's correct.
Yeah, my advice for a contract, what I need in it is the exit, just so you have an out if you ever need it, and the NDA part.
NDA is fantastic. I love NDAs, man.
Yeah.
I love NDAs. I think NDAs are a really good thing because whatever happens within those two parties kind of stays within those two parties. Mm-hmm. And that's good because last thing you want is everyone knowing your business.
Yeah, totally.
So, as long as you're taking business, as long as you're doing business professionally and you're paying them and they're paying you and everyone's good, man, you ain't going to have no problems.
Exactly.
You're going to be fine.
Focus on yourself and what you got going on, and staying true to what you can provide the other person. And that's the best way to be, is like provide as much value as you can, because that's what pays dividends in the end. You know, it's kind of like the feel good thing. You know, how do you make yourself happy is by helping others. Kind of the same in business. But also, speaking of struggling with contracts, I think that is probably very true in the entertainment industry, because there's so many creative people that the contract part is hard, because usually creative people have, you know, they're so used to just creating and being artists that it's not easy. So I definitely relate to that as far as trying to figure out how to put a contract together. I did struggle with that for a long time.
It's difficult. It's difficult. You know what I mean? If you've done several of those particular contracts, it gets a little easier.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's gotten a little easier
Yeah,
for me at
it
this
does.
point.
It'll get a little easier when you do, 15, 20 influencer contracts.
Yeah.
Then you're like, okay, I kind of see where they like to be between on percentages and what they usually like to get paid. You know, each influencer gets paid differently, right? Depending on their followers and how much power they have.
Yeah.
So it's a little different for each one. And if you're a powerful influencer, you're going to get paid more. Mm-hmm. If you're just a beginning influencer, you're going to get paid very little till you build up your power, and you build up, the people that start working with you, the restaurants, the brands, everything. Mm-hmm. So it's a slow build up.
Yeah.
For some.
Yeah.
Some, and others just blow up overnight.
Yeah.
It's amazing how that works.
That's really true. I mean, to me, it sounds like the artist that is all over the West Coast right now. The rapper, West Coast rapper. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know who you're talking about.
Lefty Gunplay.
Lefty Gunplay. Now, Lefty Gunplay, a lot of people, he's blowing up in the LA area.
Yes.
People know his name in the LA area right now. But, do people know his name in Miami? New York. You see what I'm saying?
That's a good idea.
But yeah, he's blowing up here with us locally, but I have no idea if he's blowing up anywhere else.
Right.
But he's a great guy. I love that guy. My friend Echo just shot the video for them.
Yeah, I was on that set.
You were on that set?
Yeah.
Well, Echo was there too.
Yeah, Echo invited me.
Oh, and it was such a fantastic video that his label got for him. I mean, that video is so good.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, I've already seen a lot of it.
Oh, wow.
Or little sections of it, right? It is such a great video. When he drops that, this guy's gonna blow up.
Yeah,
Lefty is gonna he's gonna blow up when they drop that video. It's a great video that Echo did for them.
Yeah, Echo is
That
dope.
label is gonna be so happy. I mean, I can't imagine how static that label is.
Yeah, for sure. He's got a really solid team behind him, and Echo's the best.
Echo is the best.
Yeah.
He was here yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did a shoot with one of the models, and he shot her. He shot her here at the house, and it was a fantastic shoot. And he's the best. He's so good.
Yeah,
I use him whenever I can.
Oh, wow.
Shout out to Echo's World.
Shout out Echo.
My boy Jeff, man.
That's right. Okay, so for just people trying to break into the entertainment industry, what's some advice that we could just give them just to establish themselves? And it goes back to the fundamentals of business is branding and marketing. That would be my go-to answer as far as, like you were saying, Lefty Gunplay, he's huge in LA right now, right? He's everywhere right now.
Correct. I mean, his name's popping up everywhere. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't live in other parts of the country. So I don't know if that's happening in other parts of the country or just LA is watching him right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he seems like a great guy. My boy Lux was just with him too. Lux Tattoos, shout out to Lux. He was just with him too. And, I can't wait to meet Lefty. I'm interested in meeting him, So
yeah.
He's dope. He reminds me of Mr. D. Shout out to Mr. D, a really, really fantastic Chicano rapper. Mr. D and Lefty Gunplay. Wow, that would be an amazing.
Yeah.
That would be an amazing collab right there, because Mr. D is amazing, And Lefty Gunplay, I haven't heard too much of his music yet, but I have heard the stuff that he's recently released. And he's a great rapper. So I think that Lefty Gunplay and Mr. D doing a song together would be a fantastic collab.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too. I've heard of Mr. D as well. He's a pretty good rapper. So shout out to all those Latinos, man.
Yeah, shout out to all the homies doing it, man, doing it big.
The Latino rappers out there.
Yeah, man, the
Oh
Browns
my
all
God.
over the place right now.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Darren Vegas, our producer, man. Darren, man, original Death Row producer, Darren Vegas. Chicano also, doing it big, man. Guys doing music for so many artists down here in the LA area. And, he's a Chicano producer that gets overlooked a lot, I feel. Because, I mean, that is one of the original Death Row producers. And he's one of us. And, I support him as much as I can. So, Darren Vegas, brother, shout out to you, my bro. Fantastic producer. Great guy.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So many of our people are in great spots.
Yeah, I was just going to say
And we just
that.
don't know about a lot of our people in these high places. But once you get to know certain people in the industry, then you meet them, and then you go like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
One of this guy's here, this guy's calling the shots here, this guy's calling the shots there.
Mm-hmm.
Like Chicano Hollywood, Johnny, fantastic Johnny. Oh my God, I love Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny's.
I tell you why I love Johnny, because Johnny does everything for everybody else besides him.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
and I mean, Johnny supports so many Chicano rappers, artists. Like drawers artists and artists like singers, like rappers, movie producers,
Actors.
everything, you name it, actors. And Johnny puts them every single day, posts everybody's stuff on there on Chicano Hollywood so that everyone finds out about our people doing these moves in the community. So Johnny, man, Chicano Hollywood doing it big, always supporting the people out here. And, you got to thank people like that, because one post from Johnny could change your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, he could just change your life, man. He could
shares
put you in front of the eyes of people that never see you.
He shares our stuff all the time.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I love Johnny. I love the way he works. He's very humble. He always takes care of other people. And that's the way I feel that I am. I'm never here just for me. I always support people. If you look at my page, I'm always posting all these people on there that I've worked with in the past or I'm working with now. Mm-hmm. And I post them, and because I want people to see their stuff. And even though we're not working together anymore on some of my people, I post their stuff on there still, because I'm like, dude, Chris or whoever is doing this right now, it's killing it. Mm-hmm. So I post them. I ain't got no grudges with nobody.
Yeah.
So I love the people that I've worked with in the past, and I ain't got no issues with nobody. I'm just happy that that they're doing well.
Yes. So shout out to. It feels like the Latinos are really making a lot of noise right now.
They're definitely making a lot of noise right now. Yeah. Definitely.
And that will continue as long as we keep working together.
Yes, if we keep working together, we can do a lot. The second we start trying to separate each other, man, and trying to set little cliques here and there, that's when things slow down. Mm-hmm. That's when the money stops flowing. Yeah. Because no one's working with each other and stuff like that, and that's not good. That's why I don't focus on one particular thing in the entertainment industry. That's why I do anything I'm interested in. I don't care if it's a model. I don't care if it's an artist. I don't care if it's an influencer. I don't care. Yeah. If I'm gonna make money off of it, I'm interested.
Yeah, no, I like that. That makes a lot of sense too, and just working with different brands, influencers, they all need the same sort of guidance. It doesn't matter what the craft is per se.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So the industry, there's a lot of roles in the entertainment industry and
tons.
A lot of back end stuff. So the artists, they have a job, but there's always a team behind the artists that are keeping the...
Yeah, I mean, once you get big enough, you're definitely going to get a team behind you, because you cannot do it all.
No.
No way. Your bookings, your this, your that, plus all your daily stuff, plus you happen to keep up on your social medias, and then you got shows, forget it, man. You definitely get a team real fast. Mm-hmm. And if you're a girl, even worse. Because if you're a female artists. Man, you got hair, you got nails, you got fashion. You got to keep a look. You know what I mean? You can't just show up on set after you just shaved your head and just show up with a shirt and jeans and you're good. If you're a guy, you know what I mean? You're all right. But if you're a female, no. You need a team for makeup artists. You need hair. You know, you need a nice outfit. You know, you need to look dope up there. So
Yeah.
so women
And
got it
that's part
even
of
worse.
the job.
That's part of the job. You know.
Yeah.
Reverie Love, man, a great artist, girl. You know, I love her music and everything. You know, she's doing so good. She has a great team behind her. You know, that's when you see like you need a team behind you.
Yeah.
You know, you see it.
Yeah, and she's definitely put in the years of work.
Oh yeah, no,
You know,
Reverie's
to
great.
see how far she's come.
Yeah, no, she's done really well for herself. But I mean, there's a lot of our Raza female artists that have teams behind them. Mm-hmm. And you know, I just named one of them, mm-hmm. and it's so great to see that they can actually do it, and they got a good team behind them, and they're killing it. They're doing very well.
Yeah, it does. It definitely takes a team. We are going to be partnering up. I'm just kidding. So stay tuned. So how are you kind of keeping informed about, you know, what's happening in the industry, and does this influence any moves that you're making? Or
Yes, a lot of moves that I'm making. So I got guys and people that are in different parts of the entertainment industry, and when I bump into them, you know, they know that I want to hear what's going on in the industry, like Andres from Coyote Studios or something like that. You know what I mean? Do you know Andres?
I don't.
Okay, he did that thing with Johnny in Coyote Studios.
Is that the one that is it spelled with a Q?
Yes, that's the one.
I didn't know that's how you said it.
Yeah, that's how you say it. So Andres, you know, he's another great brother that helps our community in every way when it comes to music and movie sets. Anything you need, Coyote Studio got you. Get a hold of Andres. He'll take care of you. Shout out to my boy. So here's the problem with that. You know a lot of people that are doing a lot of things, promoters and stuff like that. And when you find out that they're doing stuff and who they're doing it with, you know that that's going to happen before anybody does. Because they're talking to them actually. So they're on the phone with these particular artists or with these particular actors or something like that. And you know that they need a studio. And for what do they need a studio? For a new podcast that they're doing or a new show that they're doing, right? So that's great information to know, because if you want to do business with those particular people, you want to do it now so that you can be a part of that show or you can be a part of that particular event or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's so good for me to know so many people because I find out so much shit before it's even going down.
Yeah.
So that's how I get a lot of my intel.
Wow.
Is from, you know, the big dogs up there knowing that certain people are making moves. And you know, it's like, oh, really? That's what's happening?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, man. I'm going to call them up right now. I'm going to let them know I'm going to support them. Let them know how I could get involved.
Yeah.
So then I'll call certain people up and be like, hey, brother, I heard you're doing this. And they're like, how did you know? How did you find out who told you, right? Because they're so surprised that I know that that's happening. And I'm like, no, I'm getting involved, brother. Like, what's going down? And then, you know, they'll let you know. And you're like, hey, how can I get involved? Okay, you can do this or we can do that. It's cool. Let's do it.
That's that entrepreneurial spirit right there, guys.
Absolutely, man.
That's
absolutely.
not making stuff happen. That's like not...
It's important who you know, man, because they know a lot of stuff going down before a lot of people do. And if you could get that information before, you can, you know, get in on some action there.
If you guys want to hear everything we talked about today, go to Spotify. We got the full audio version, and there's so much content that you can get behind the scenes. So we'll get the full interview there on Spotify.
Yeah.
So we're here with Mr. Rave. I'm Angie Smalls. You're watching Latin Affiliated TV. And so we were just talking about, you know, people that you've been making some key connections with. You know, we did touch a little bit on Lefty Gunplay, how big he is. You made a great point about him being really well known in LA, but we're trying to figure out people outside of LA, if you don't live in LA, please let us know. Have you heard of Lefty Gunplay? Let us know in the comments. I'm super interested to know that. He's everywhere right now in LA, but we want to see if he's going to go mainstream, basically. Because he definitely has the capability to do that.
Yeah. I mean, well, with the right team behind him, anyone has the capability to get, all the way. But yeah, I mean, there's so many guys out here that can go all the way and that are so good. Mm-hmm. But they just don't have that right team to make them go all the way,
Man, that's a good point.
It is the only factor. Because, I mean, some of our people don't got the kind of money that you really need to put the right people behind you. But believe it or not, man, if you had the money, those right people would probably push you a lot further than how we slowly build, the name and the company and the brand.
Yeah, you could do it the grassroots way.
Right.
Or you could
pay a ton of money, and these marketing companies would have half the world knowing who the hell you are by next week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for real. You throw $500,000 at their ass, they're going to make sure half the world knows who the hell you are.
Yeah.
For sure.
I was just talking about that on a live stream we had about how you can get on all the radio stations in the United States.
Yeah, that's incredible. And how much would that cost
with the budget?
How much would that cost?
It's not as much as you would think. I'll tell you off camera.
Okay. Yeah, no, it would be, for me, that would be an astonishing number.
The number did surprise me. It was lower than I thought.
That's going to be interesting.
It's like double digits, thousands.
That's amazing.
Yeah, right?
That's amazing. I would pull a loan out immediately. If I was an artist, I would pull out a loan and pay that just to see if that's true or not. Because it's worth the money. It's worth the try. I mean, if you got the confidence in yourself, it's worth the try.
You should it's all about that return on investment, right?
Absolutely. If you're going to spend, 80, 90 grand and you're going to make 2 million all day long.
That's
all day long. I'll take it out on the loan. I'll do whatever it takes. If I got the confidence in myself, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Oh man, that's a great point, is like having the confidence in yourself.
That's what you got to have. You got to have the vision. You got to know that you're capable, and you got to attack. And if you think that you're capable and you need 50 grand, why not get the loan? Why not? Why not? Why not? If you got the confidence in yourself and you know you're going to double that money in 3 months, why not?
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're stopping yourself at that point.
Yeah. No, I feel like you're speaking definitely from a true entrepreneurial spirit, and you should have your groundwork done, and do that definitely could be a pretty large investment for someone to actually bet on themselves that way.
Sure. Why not? It's not needed, but why not? I tell you why it's not needed. If I had $100,000,
yeah,
let's just say, and I'm an artist, mm-hmm. and Snoop Dogg wanted $10,000 for me to do a song with him. Who else is big? Give me the biggest names right now.
Biggest rappers?
Rap. Yeah.
Drake.
Okay, Drake wanted $10,000 for me to do a song with him. Give me all the biggest names right now. Quavo, Future, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. Like, you name all the huge rappers, and let's just say they all wanted 10 grand for you to do a song with them. I would give them the 10 grand, and I'd be in every single song with 10 different of the biggest artists in the world.
Oh, wow.
And I would spend that 100 grand. By the time that all those videos and those songs come out, everyone already from the bottom up is going to know you anyways.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to build the bottom if you could just jump right on the top.
I wonder how much a Drake verse is right now. I have a feeling
I can't imagine. I cannot imagine.
If he even is allowed.
I don't even think that they're doing it.
He may not even allow that. I know Snoop does, because Snoop does a lot.
I believe it, but what I'm saying is, you can also build yourself from the top down.
Yeah, and
it don't always have to be from the bottom up.
Yes.
If you got the money. And that's where marketing comes in.
Yeah.
So do you wanna be a big rapper and you don't have any money? You're gonna have to build it slow. But if you want to be a really big rapper and you got a little bit of money, you can build it fast. You can get involved with these international marketing companies, and a lot of people are going to know you really quick with a budget of about 30 to 40 grand. I mean, they're going to know you, man. You're going to be in billboards. You're going to be on shit on bus stops. You're going to be on subways, man. You're going to be on radio. I mean, you're going to build it quick if you got the money to throw at it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, so you can build it both ways, from the top down or the bottom up.
Yep. But
If you got money, you can do it from the bottom down. I mean, from the top down.
Yeah.
If you ain't got money, we gotta build it slow. We gotta
You
build
got to
it
do
from
that
the bottom up.
sweat equity.
Yeah, for sure. We gotta send you to events, man. We gotta send you to this. We gotta send you to that. We gotta get you seen. You know, you need to take a picture with that girl or that guy because they're good. They're known. They got a big following. You know, all that shit's out the window when you got money.
Yeah, that's some great advice. So I hope you artists are...
Ain't it true though?
It is so true.
It's totally true.
Yeah, connections definitely help. Introductions help. Warm introductions help. You know, knowing someone that knows someone that could kind of give you that cosign in a way, that helps. But if you, like you said, have that confidence in yourself that you are talented and that you see other people on, that's the other thing. You can see other people on and you're like, how did they do it? You know, they're not, you feel like you're up to their kind of level, I guess. Then maybe also, again, success leaves clues. You know, there's a roadmap for things like that. And there's a formula for things like that. Hit makers make songs with formulas. You know, it's the same way. You can map it out.
Yeah, everyone works a little differently, especially with artists. Artists have very, very different brains. They don't function like regular humans.
Yeah.
They just have their own way about them. Each artist has a whole different genre, a whole different feel, even if it's in the same music, like rap or R&B or whatever. Two completely different artists, but in the same kind of music. But they all have their own their vibe going, you know?
Yeah.
They're all very, very unique. So each artist is very unique. I've seen that time and time again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see two rappers that are like the same. You know, they might talk about a lot of the same shit on their music, but they rap it out completely different.
Yeah, and I think how you were saying too is like the entertainment industry attracts a lot of hustlers, and in the good way, right? In a good ways, people that are
some in a good way,
thinking
sure.
strategically,
Yes.
thinking three steps ahead. You know, thinking like a game of chess and not checkers. I forgot where I was going with that, but I think that, you know, being an artist, you're right. They all have different ways of doing things, but that's what makes the industry a lot of fun as well. There's a lot of challenges, but if you're a problem solver, you know, smart people, a lot of the artists, that's why they need teams, because they got the smart people behind them, and the smart people can kind of set the trends, see the trends, and then ride the waves of trends and stuff like that. And sometimes artists just want to make art, you know?
Absolutely. That's all they want to do, man. They want to be in that studio making music. They want to be in that studio doing their paintings. You know, whatever it is that they do, that's what they want to do. And if you don't give them that creative control, you know, it's no good. Mm-hmm. If that artist has to stop to do this and to do that and to do this and to do that and to do this and then go back to the same painting where he was at, when he was in that painting, he would have made that painting a masterpiece. But because he has to stop that painting and he has to go do other things, and then when he comes back to it, it will never be the same.
Yeah.
Whatever he would have painted at that particular time would not have been the same with what he's going to come back and paint now. Mm-hmm. So it changes everything.
Yeah.
Even just because you had to take your attention off of that painting for a minute.
Yeah.
When you come back to it, it ain't going to be the same as whatever stroke you were going to take earlier. It's different already. So that's why it's very important to leave your artists, your people focused on what they do and have the team take care of everything else that they need.
Yeah.
Because they got to stay focused or you're not going to have the same product.
Yeah.
It'll change, you know.
Yeah. This fundamentals of business, people. That's what this episode's about, because I got a real entrepreneur here. This is who we're talking to. Mr. Rave's built very successful businesses. Along with building a business and the branding, it just always includes like your lifestyle, right? Your lifestyle is kind of included.
Sure.
You know, I think
Absolutely.
that's part of it. It makes it an experience. And I think that's why I do like the entertainment industry a lot, is because of everything that we get to experience and be involved with at different events and things like that.
How long have you been in the business, Ange?
Well, I took a break. I had Latin Affiliated back in 06, 07. It was a print magazine.
Nice.
Yeah, and I was on that Latin wave with Shakira and Ricky Martin.
Yeah.
07,
yeah, right when
08.
that came in, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Latin Affiliated was print magazine and had Baby Bash on the cover and
That's so cool.
Paula Deanda. So they all know me from back then. Worked with Be Real, so I know Be Real still to this day. I worked with Jeff Reyes, Echo.
Yeah.
He was a huge supporter as well back in the day. When I first moved to LA, then I decided I had a really kind of relationship I walked away from in LA, and it kind of hurt my, my drive, I guess, which I look back on that now and think,
What
man,
was I doing?
why did I walk
Yeah.
away from what I love?
I get it.
So I went corporate for a little while, and I worked in the back office at LA Times. And so I stayed, because my skill set comes from marketing,
Dope.
advertising,
Very important.
and so that's why I'd love to see how this can work for everyone that's trying to make a name for themselves and a brand for themselves, and just using some tactics to help you get more exposure. But so that's what I've always loved to do, and then just recently decided to put it on the same brand, Latin Affiliated, same brand from 06, 07, use the same logo. I was about to update the logo, and I tried it, and it didn't feel right.
You know what? I wouldn't have let it go either, because that shows that you've been around and, you were there for the days when Shakira and Ricky and all them were there. It shows a little bit of history there. People are familiar with the brand, Baby Bash and everyone. Mm-hmm. There's no reason to change the logo. Hey,
Yeah.
Look, man, I've been here. This is who I was. This is who I am. And I'm still here now. I think
Yeah.
it's very important that you kept it, actually.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I think you did the right decision on that. I wouldn't change my brand for nobody.
Thank you.
I don't care if I took a 10-year break. If I come back,
It was damn
I'm
near-
not a different guy.
It was
I'm
damn
still
near-
RTM. I'm coming back with RTM. I'm not going to come back with a new logo and new this and new that. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You did the right thing. You
Thank
come
you.
back with what you were, who you are, because
Yeah.
that shows, hey, I'm back.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I really still am in love with the logo, because first, like I said, for a second, I did up a couple of new drafts of a new logo, and they were cheesy as hell. Because the logo I have, it was hand drawn by a tattoo artist,
Nice.
and so it's original. It's an original logo, and so, anyways, yeah. So it was interesting to put it online through this new wave of social media, because before we were around during the MySpace days. That was the only social media we ever had.
I didn't have any of it.
You never had MySpace?
No, I wasn't into any of that stuff. Recently, I just barely got on Instagram, literally like 2 years ago.
And you know what? That's okay, because some people can make moves without Instagram.
Yeah, and I make moves without Instagram all the time.
Yeah.
That's why I think Instagram and all these social medias,
And
I
that's
think
important.
they're overrated.
To know how to make moves without
Right.
social media.
Because I think it's overrated. But every youngster that you talk to from like 8 years old to like 18 years old, they think that they could just put something on Instagram and sell it. Put something on TikTok and sell it. And like their go-tos are Instagram and TikTok. And don't ever just leave like one thing to try to bring you income.
Yeah, 'cause
Never.
TikTok could
So
get shut
don't
down.
rely on TikTok. Don't rely on Instagram. Don't rely on shit. Make your money everywhere you can make your money. Don't be all just one boxed up like, oh
Yeah.
no, I've been on TikTok for 5 years. I'm just gonna stay there. No, why? There's 76 billion other people on Instagram or TikTok.
Yeah.
Go hit that other platform. If you're making $50,000 here a month, why not make $50,000 on Instagram a month and make it $100,000 a month that you're making? I mean, why limit yourself?
Yeah, yeah.
Why limit yourself?
yeah,
There's no reason.
Definitely. I think that's great advice. Making real connections, offline is the move.
Absolutely.
Is definitely the move. That's some like industry, people from.
I think it's older people.
Like
Me.
I was just gonna say
I'm
that.
like 50 years old.
No.
And I do not believe in Instagram or TikTok handling like making me a ton of money. I don't believe that. I really don't, because
it's a support. It's not the core of the business. It's just.
I would agree with that
extension.
maybe, but like I really don't. Some people are like I would never. There's so many ways to make money out there with whatever you're doing. I never limit myself to just Instagram. I mean, to TikTok or Instagram. No way.
Yeah.
Especially if you're old like me, because we didn't even have that growing up. So it's not even like our go-to.
And that's a blessing.
It is a blessing because we actually had a childhood.
Oh my goodness.
Because all these young cats, they lost their lives on their phone, on the couch, and in their homes. They lost their whole childhood.
They don't even know what it's like to like smell the grass outside.
They lost their whole childhoods on the couch, man, looking at their phones, and that's sad.
Oh man,
I'm happy I didn't grow up like that.
Me as well.
Yeah, I'm happy I didn't grow up like that, man.
I think
because that would be a miserable life.
And I think that's why our generation, like yourself and myself, I feel like that's why we're having so much fun. Because I feel like we're having a lot of fun right now, connecting and networking.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? Is that a lot of the old dinosaurs like me are connecting and networking with the young cats that grew up on their phones their whole life in the car seats. You know what I mean? So all those, I mean, my oldest daughter is like 25 years old, and, they grew up with phones.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the generation that are the new influencers. Those are the generations that are the new artists. Those are the generations that are
true.
And we're the dinosaurs are reaching out to these.
That is so true.
To these youngsters that didn't have a life or anything and grew up completely different than us, right?
Yeah,
but their lifestyle is completely different than our childhood. Their childhoods are completely different. So they never saw our way of life.
Oh yeah,
and we never saw their way of life.
And they don't envy that.
No,
we brag about that, and they're like, that's not even cool. Like they're kind of like,
hey, I agree with them, because listen, school shootings, getting kidnapped, getting murdered, and shit like that shit ain't worth it. The streets ain't worth that. And unfortunately, you guys are growing up in a society where that shit's happening too much. And I don't blame you guys I don't blame your parents for keeping your asses home. Because I keep my kids home. I keep my girls close to me.
Yeah.
Because fuck that. I don't give an opportunity when it's not necessary. But like
smart.
I said, you guys, you're growing up a lot on home, on your smart devices and everything, but it's for a reason. And you guys are going to be so smart, and you're going to be able to do so much just by sitting on your couch and touching your phone. And you're going to be able to make so much fucking money posting some fucking stupid fucking little video of you fucking eating cereal with a fucking mouse or something. And you're going to go viral, and you're going to make millions of dollars for your family. And I'm good with that, brother. Take care of your family. I don't give a fuck how you do it. But you young generation, I know you guys are going to be amazing. And you guys are going to make the most money than any generation ever has.
That's so true.
So you guys keep killing it, brother.
Yeah, props to the younger generation coming
Absolutely,
up.
man.
We're out here having fun. And we're still young, even though they probably wouldn't look at it that way. We are still young, man, and we still got a lot of life to live. And we're, feels like we're just getting restarted in a lot of ways. And we got a lot to do, basically. But anything we could do to provide value to anyone trying to make and find their way in the entertainment industry, that's what we're trying to do here. And you're right, we can learn from the younger generation. They can learn from us, and we can learn from them.
Absolutely. And we do. I learn new shit from my daughters every day. New words, new phrases, new
really?
shit. What is this? What is...
They keep you up on the phrases.
What is THEO? Or they're like, oh, that means this, Dad. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's not a fucking word. You know what I mean? because they use just the first letter sometimes, and it means something. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I gotta call my daughters and be like, what does that mean? And they're like, that's what that. Okay, I get it now. All right, I'll do it. I'll call them back now. I understand what they're saying now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, the new generation is gonna be the new generation that's gonna make the most money ever.
Man, I'm
This
telling
new generation
Yeah,
is they're
you're
all about their money.
Yeah, you're right.
They're all about their money. It ain't about their BMX bike. It ain't about their fucking skateboard.
Yeah.
It ain't about any of that shit no more. It's literally about the money, and they're very attached to a lot of material stuff. It's a generation that's been being shown that having certain things is a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Having lots of money is a good thing. Having, the rappers showing that the cars and the beautiful women is a good thing. So all that these youngsters have been fed all their life is that if you want good things, you need money. Wow. Since the day they were born.
Exactly.
So now you got these 8 and 12 and 13-year-olds already hustling out there, already hustling on Instagram, already hustling on TikTok, already making millions and $50 and $80 and $90,000 a month on some of these platforms.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, man, this new generation's nothing but money hungry. They don't give a shit about toys. They don't give a shit about anything. They're all about their money, and they're gonna make the most money out of any generation out there. I guarantee it.
That's a good point, man. That is such great insight. Let's just work together. Younger generation, current generation, future generation. There's a lot we can all learn from each other, and there is a lot of ways to make money right now. And just doing that, cross networking, keeping up with your relationships, and putting yourself out there, believing in yourself, investing in the talent that you have, because you do have a talent, and you just have to figure out what that is and how you can provide value to people. And I think if you do that and you stay solid, the sky's the limit, guys.
Yeah, absolutely, man. A new generation, old generation are definitely learning from each other, because anybody that's close to my age have kids that are close to the new generation's age, and we know that we learn from our children.
Yeah.
And our children learn from us.
Totally.
So both generations can learn so much from one another and help each other, So I think that you young cats and everyone out there, you're all doing great, man. I wish you all the luck in the world. And I know that you guys are just money driven, and I know that you guys are going to be the most successful generation out there, man. You guys are going to kill it. And then imagine what your kids are going to do, because every day your kids are seeing you do this every day. They're seeing you put content on. They're seeing you make brands. They're seeing you make appearances for thousands of dollars for just like 20, 30 minutes at a time. Could you imagine what their kids are going to do?
Oh,
Could you imagine?
I haven't even thought that far.
It's so crazy.
But that is really crazy to think about.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, I haven't thought that far, but that sounds pretty crazy.
It's nuts, but they're doing great, and let's learn from each other. Let's work together.
Well, I love that you have younger daughters that you can call. That's just so cool that you can run things by them, man. That's like a cheat code.
I always do. There's shit on my phone I don't even know what to do. I literally go, hey, get your butt over here. Something's wrong with my phone. They fix it for me in 2 seconds.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah, because you don't want to lose nothing, so you're like, yeah, bro, Miranda. Yeah, whoever's around, get over here. My phone's tripping. Fix it now, please. Yeah, they always take care of me.
So, well, okay, let's just start, summarizing our interview today and talk about a little bit of what you have moving forward down the pipeline for the year of 2024.
Year 2024 has already become a big music year. Ever since the beginning of the year, we've been pounding music left and right. We've been in the studio, Mr. D, Johnny D, Lottie the G, Darren Vegas. I mean, I've been in the studio so much. I got a very, very special female that's doing really, really big things right now. She's very, very big in the Instagram game. She's a very, very well-known model and influencer, and we're doing stuff with her, And I'm so excited to see what's going to happen with her. We got really, really nice surprises coming up with her shortly. And we've been pounding music this year. So this year, for some reason, it's been very, very music driven. But on top of that, we still got a lot of influencers. We got a lot of management that we're doing with other artists, models, belly dancers, you name it. We're doing so much right now. We're on the move.
Yeah, if you're in the LA area, tap in.
Yeah, no, we're gonna hit it hard. I want LA covered within the year. I'm gonna hit everything very, very hard, very aggressively. We're gonna do it.
Hell yeah. Man, setting some goals, some big goals, some
Right.
achievable
Oh,
goals.
yes. Oh, and I forgot. We're working on a big project right now where we might have a big show, like a big concert.
Okay.
So that's one thing that we're working on right now. That just started this year, and if it starts coming through, we're gonna have a really nice like concert thing, coming out like every year. So if it works out, it works out.
I think it will.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to go, man.
You got all the pieces and the players.
I do got the players. We're missing a couple pieces, but we got the players. But yeah, we're excited. We want to make it happen, and but LA is such a very, very it's very, very on lockdown. I mean, there's some people that are
LA is a great city.
that own the place. You know what I mean? When it comes to big productions and like big concerts and stuff like that. But yeah, we plan on doing maybe a show this year, so I'm excited about it.
Well, we'll for sure tap in with you.
Yeah, no, for sure. And if we do the show, I definitely want you there.
And we will be there, of course.
We're excited, man. We're teaming up with a company out in Vegas. They're teaming up with RTM. We're very excited about it. Me and Angie are teaming up this year. Right, Ange?
We sure are.
Yeah, we're teaming up this year. We're going to try to make things happen for us this year. And if you're interested in doing something with us, please get a hold of us. Talk to us. Get a hold of us. See what you got planned. We'd love to be a part of it. And if it makes money, we really want to be a part of it.
Definitely, definitely. And if you're just looking for guidance, don't know where to start, we can spot talent as well. So if you don't think that you have enough following or anything like that, still reach out. And
yeah, no, for sure. We got people that'll put you in the right place. We got some of the best PRs in the world that work with us. I mean, especially here in LA. I mean, we got some of the best PRs here in LA that work with us, that we work with on a daily basis. And, whatever you need, if there's anything we can provide for you, we'd be happy to connect you with the right people.
Yep.
So let us know.
Definitely. And we will keep in touch. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you for watching this episode. I'm Angie Smalls. This is Juan Rave.
Yes. Thank you, Angie, for having me on your show. I really appreciate it. I'm very, very, happy and humble to be on the show.
Yes.
I'm not used to being in front of the cameras usually, but it's been a pretty cool experience. Thank you so much.
Awesome. No, it's been a very fun, great interview. And I know everyone's going to, enjoy and definitely take something from this interview you could use if you're in the entertainment industry or trying to make it or trying to break into it. We're here based in LA.
Absolutely.
We're in the streets for you guys.
Yeah, and we're at all the events. We're at all the red carpets. We're at all the concerts. We're everywhere. Whatever you need, man. You need movies. You need videos. You need anything, man. Get a hold of us. We got everything. We got anything you need, brother.
That's true. Hell yeah. We're making the world go round out here in LA, and we hope you guys tap in. So don't forget to subscribe and like and follow him on Instagram. We'll put his link right here on the screen.
RTM Productions.
RTM Productions. Yeah, make sure you give him a follow and follow Latin Affiliated VIP on Instagram. But this has been our talk show, Latin Affiliated VIP, and we hope you guys enjoyed the show.
Have a good one, guys. Take care.
Peace out.